What's up guys, it's baybayhay and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, I'm Haley and I'm so happy to have you here today. As you guys saw by the title of today's video, I am filming what I eat for dinner in a week and I am so excited about this video. So many of you have been requesting more recipes and so I just wanted to compile a week of dinner into one video for you all so you guys get some good ideas. I know that sometimes cooking can be a little bit hard and I'm obviously like just now getting into it, so just bear with me. A lot of these are just like very simple recipes, but I think that that will be, you know, the most helpful for you guys. So we're just gonna jump right into the first dinner tonight and I'm going to make salmon. So I bought some salmon at Trader Joe's. I'm gonna start with roasting some petite red potatoes and then also some broccoli and cauliflower. I started off by preheating the oven to 425 degrees so that that can get hot while I get the potatoes ready. So I just start by rinsing the potatoes and then cutting them in half. Once the potatoes are cut, I just put them into a bowl. I drizzle the potatoes with a little bit of olive oil. Then I add a little bit of salt, pepper, you can add either like oregano, basil, thyme. This is dried parsley. And then a spoonful of minced garlic. Here's what it looks like, all mixed, oh, whoops. Here's what it looks like, all mixed up. I'm just getting a baking sheet. I like to cover it in foil because it makes the cleanup process a lot easier. So I'm just adding the potatoes on one half of the pan. And they need to cook for about 45 minutes to my preference. I like mine to be pretty crispy, maybe a little bit longer, but it's totally up to you on how long you want to cook them. But I'm putting them on one half of the pan so that after they've been in the oven for 20 minutes, I can take them out and put the broccoli and cauliflower on the other side because that cooks for a little bit of less time, but I want to use the same pan. And then just make sure to like put a timer on your phone or start your stopwatch or something so that you have an idea of how long something has been cooking in the oven. Now I can start prepping the broccoli and cauliflower. So you just want to basically cut the tops off so that you can throw the stem away. And how you season your, broccoli, cauliflower, just anything is really just gonna come down to preference, but obviously share with you guys the way that I do mine. So again, I'm just going to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil. And then I like to use onion salt, garlic powder, and then a lot of pepper. Pepper is super good. The timer just went off, so I am taking the potatoes out and I'm just going to add some broccoli and cauliflower. So I bought the wild caught Alaska sockeye salmon fillets at Trader Joe's. I ate one last night, so I'm just going to make the other one tonight. So I'm just taking a baking sheet again and lining it with tin foil. So just put the salmon fillet onto the pan, cutting up some lemon slices. I don't season mine too much, I just add ground black pepper. And then I just top it with the lemon slices. I will cook this for about 15 minutes. It really just changes, but you want the internal temperature of the salmon to be 135 to 145. So just like keep an eye on it. Everything now is cooked and ready to go. I checked the salmon. It's at a good temperature, like 145. First dinner of the week turned out pretty good. We have some baked salmon, some roasted broccoli and cauliflower with some good seasonings, and garlic roasted potatoes. But I think it turned out really good, and I hope you guys liked seeing this one. So I kind of started prepping dinner tonight. I am trying something new. I've never had these before, but they are the Beyond Burger plant-based patties. This is what the packaging looks like, and there's 20 grams of plant protein per serving. I've had the Beyond Meat sausage links, but I've never had their burger patties before, so I'm really excited to try these. And then I am just making some sweet potato fries with the burgers with the burger, not burgers, I'm only having one, as a side. I am just going to start with cooking the sweet potato fries first. I preheat the oven to 425 degrees. I'm just gonna stick these in and then I'll start prepping the burger. It says to bake them, if you're doing around half the bag, for 14 to 16 minutes. So I'm just gonna set the timer on my phone for 14 minutes. So I did buy these burgers frozen, but I let them thaw in the refrigerator. It says to let them thaw for about 24 hours or just like overnight. So that is one trick. And then to consume the burgers both within 10 days of thawing. So I just have to eat this next one within 10 days. So I got my little skillet and I am going to start by heating it up with a little bit of butter. It's the Miyoko's brand. It is a vegan with hint of sea salt butter, and it just says that it's a cashew and coconut oil spread. So I really recommend getting this butter if you're wanting to try a vegan butter out. I can't even really taste the difference of this one, to be honest with you. As you can see, I got a little bit of butter in the pan. Added the burger patty and I seasoned it with some salt and pepper. Now I'm just going to cook it for 4 minutes on each side. And then to go with the burger, I just cut up a couple slices of tomato. I'm also going to be having some onion. I am a huge fan of onion. I could eat onion with like everything. So if you don't like onion, obviously that's okay too. Just don't put it on your burger. And then I also have half of an avocado. And instead of doing a bread bun, I am going to be using lettuce. This is the butter lettuce, and I love the shape of this lettuce. It just makes for like a perfect bun. Instead of using an actual bun, you could use like romaine or another type of lettuce, iceberg lettuce, just anything you want, but I really do like the butter lettuce. Look how just like fluffy and big the pieces are. I'll rinse them in the sink. Look how big these are, aren't they cool? Make sure that you dry it really well. So I got my burger patty and I'm just going to melt some cheese on top of it, but I wanted to show you guys the packaging of my cheese. This is the mozzarella style shreds from Trader Joe's, and it is great for melting. Honestly, like I use this on pizza all the time, which says it right on the packaging, but it does not lie. It's dairy-free and vegan. I know some of you guys have been commenting some other cheeses for me to try, so I definitely need to go do that. But I do really like this one from Trader Joe's if you're looking for a vegan cheese. So what the fries turned out looking like. They taste even better than they look. And you guys might think I'm crazy, but I hate ketchup. Like, I absolutely despise it. I don't like it on anything. I like tomatoes, but ketchup, man, not for me. I haven't liked it ever since I was a little kid. I don't know what it is about ketchup, but I just hate it. But I do have this classic barbecue sauce. It is an organic, unsweetened barbecue sauce that I got at Whole Foods. It's by the brand Primal Kitchen. It does say that it's unsweetened, so if you're wanting a more sweet barbecue sauce, I wouldn't buy this one, but it does have like a really good flavoring to it. So I call this my open-faced lettuce bun burger with sweet potato fries. I'm usually not a big burger fan, but dang, these plant-based burger patties are really good. I feel like I'm doing a cooking show or something. Another night, another dinner, and tonight I'm going to make the cauliflower gnocchi from Trader Joe's. They have a cauliflower one, and then they also have a kale one. I personally like the cauliflower one better. And here is the packaging. You guys have probably seen this in my vlogs before. Before? What? You've probably seen this in my vlogs before because I make this all the time. It is so good, honestly. But the only thing is, you do not want to follow the instructions on the packaging. Otherwise, it will be so soggy. There are a couple ways to make this. So some people will bake it in the oven. Some people will put it in an air fryer, and Haley will put it in a pan, a skillet, and saute it. So that's how I make it. I would love to make this in an air fryer though, but I don't have one. So if you guys have an air fryer, you might want to try it that way so it's a little bit more crispy. Baking it in the oven just takes a really long time, and so I just like to saute it. Gotta have my veggies, and I have zucchini tonight, so I'm gonna make zucchini and then garbanzo beans. I make this like zucchini garbanzo beans dish that's really good. So we'll have that on the side with the cauliflower gnocchi. And sorry if I say this wrong. Let me actually look it up. Like, how do you say this word? Gnocchi. 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 I don't know, guys. I suck at this word. I'm literally trying. It's gnocchi. There we go, right? Gnocchi. Making cauliflower gnocchi. Oh, God. I'm learning, okay? Okay. Glad we got that out of the way. So I'm just starting by heating up some oil in a pan, and then I'm going to rinse and cut up this zucchini. I'm not gonna make the whole zucchini, probably just half of it. And then I can save the other half for another night. What the heck? I got something on my shirt, guys. That's so annoying. I'm making this way worse looking, but I feel like it's gonna be better. First step is to open the can of garbanzo beans, and you want to drain them. So then I put half back into the container because I can save these in the fridge, and then I'll make half. So I've rinsed them, and then I just take a paper towel, basically, and then pat it all dry. You just wanna make sure that the beans are really, really dry. And then I'm going to add them into the skillet that's already heated up with oil. So after you've sauteed the garbanzo beans for a little bit and they start looking crispy, they've probably been on the pan for like 6 to 8 minutes. You want to add the zucchini in, and I drizzle the zucchini in a little bit more olive oil. I put salt, black pepper, paprika, red pepper flakes, garlic, and lemon juice to cook all of this in, and it just gives it so many good flavors. I personally like mine to be a little bit more crispy, a little bit more burnt looking, because I don't like it when it's soggy at all. So now I'm just cutting up some grape tomatoes to add into the gnocchi. And for the sauce, I'm gonna be using pesto. This is my favorite pesto. It is the vegan kale cashew basil pesto from Trader Joe's. I love this one. So if you guys go to Trader Joe's, you have to buy this. Well, here is a super simple dinner, the pesto cauliflower gnocchi with tomatoes, and then the zucchini and crispy garbanzo beans dish. Tonight for dinner, I'm having a homemade fried rice, and there are so many ways to make a fried rice, so you definitely don't have to follow my exact steps, but I'm just gonna show you how I do it tonight. And I definitely recommend having some type of meat already cooked. You don't have to use a meat in your fried rice, but I like to have a little bit more protein. You could do like chicken or steak. I just sauteed a plant-based sausage. So it's totally up to you on what type of meat you would want in your fried rice, but I recommend having that cooked already. And then the other ingredients that I'm going to be using is organic brown rice. I love these bags from Trader Joe's. They're super simple. You just throw them into the microwave and they cook within 3 minutes. Some people say to use rice that's already been cooked and in the fridge. That's a little bit too much work for me to have to plan it that far in advance, so I don't do that, but if you do that, that's great too. And then I'm also gonna be using this bag of mixed vegetables. I got this at Whole Foods, and it is a no salt added carrots, green peas, corn, green beans, and baby lima beans. I'm gonna be using a white onion and a green onion. I like adding onion to the vegetables. And then of course, some eggs for the fried rice. I love eggs in my fried rice. So I'm just gonna start off by heating a skillet with some vegetable oil. If you cook your fried rice in olive oil, it kind of gives it like an Italian flavor. I don't know, it's just a personal preference. So I'm gonna heat up the pan and get that oil, or this oil, super hot. I'm also going to throw one of these rice bags into the microwave. Just put it in there for 3 minutes, and I'm telling you, it is gonna turn out perfect. So one of the keys that I've heard to cooking fried rice is making sure that you use enough oil. So I definitely add a little bit more oil when I cook fried rice than when I do for anything else. So here you can see I have all of the veggies being sauteed. Fried rice can be made so many different ways, and there's so many ingredients that you can put in it. So it's one of those meals that you can make when you feel like you don't really have a lot of groceries. I personally love the Beyond sausages. I think they are so good. So I definitely recommend trying the Beyond sausages in your fried rice if you want a different type of meat. I have the onion and the sausage ready. Now I'm just going to crack and scramble 2 eggs. All right, so you want the pan and the oil in it to be super hot. I'm just gonna scoot all the veggies over to one side. Then you wanna flatten it down. I'm also going to add in the onions. Now I'm just adding a little bit of onion powder. I meant to say this is garlic powder. I added a little garlic powder, and I would generally want to add either onion powder or onion salt. I have onion salt, so I'm going to use a little bit of this. Now I'm just going to add in the 2 scrambled eggs. Just honestly pour that all on top. Once you've added the eggs in, you just want to make sure you're scrambling that up so the eggs get cooked. So for fried rice, some people use soy sauce or just any type of sauce that they like. I personally don't eat soy sauce because there's wheat in it. I use coconut aminos, and coconut aminos are made from the sap of coconut blossoms, but it has a lot less sodium in it, and it's just a really good alternative to soy sauce. And I just pour it around the entire fried rice. Gives it really good flavor. And it also gives it that like brown color that fried rice usually looks like. And then the last step to the fried rice is just adding the meat that you already have cooked. You obviously don't want your meat to like get more cooked. You just want to add it in so that it gets heated up and the same temperature as the fried rice. Here's what the fried rice looks like when it's all done. It has the brown, fried rice coloring to it. It's all cooked up, and it is honestly pretty fast to make. I really like making this on nights when I feel like I'm kind of lazy, but I still want to make a dinner. We're back, and it's taco night. I honestly was like, I don't know what to make for dinner tonight. Kind of lazy, and I don't have a lot of fresh veggies. I need to go to the grocery store. So we're just gonna go with a taco night tonight. I have some frozen bell peppers. I bought this at Trader Joe's, and it has just red, yellow, green bell peppers. I also have some green onion and white onion from my dinner last night, so that's perfect. And then I also had some frozen beefless ground beef. So I was like, you know what? I can do a little taco night tonight. So I'm gonna cook this beefless ground beef on the stovetop. And you can cook this straight from frozen. So there are a lot of meats like the Beyond Burgers or the sausages or things like that that I thaw out before cooking. But this is nice because you don't have to thaw it before you cook it. You literally just throw it on frozen. And that makes it a lot easier on nights when you don't really plan ahead on what you're gonna make for dinner. So I have the peppers and the onion just being sauteed. And then I'm going to start cooking the meat. So once the meat has been cooking for a couple minutes and it's almost done, I just add a tablespoon of water and the seasoning. I'm gonna be using the Trader Joe's seasoning, and I'm just adding half the packaging because you don't need as much since I'm not making like a full batch of the ground beef. So I'm just gonna be pouring this seasoning in. You can see I've already used half of it. I put this like blue tape on it to secure it. So just add the seasoning and mix that around. And you can add more water, just depends on how much you want, but I feel like this just makes the seasoning absorb into the meat a little better. So I'm using the yellow corn tortillas. I don't like eating my tortillas cold, so I heat them up on the stove in a skillet. I just take one and turn it on so that you get it a little bit hot. And this makes it like a little bit crispy too, which makes it taste really good. So once the tortilla has been on there for a little bit, you can kind of see that it's getting a little bit more crispy. I like to add some cheese on top. So I'm using the mozzarella style shreds from Trader Joe's. And I just put a tiny bit of cheese on top in the middle and let that just melt. So here are the tacos tonight. You can see that on this one I tried to scoot it over so you could see the cheese, and then there's some meat, and then the grilled peppers or like sauteed peppers, onion, and then the green onion. I'm just topping off the tacos, squeezing some lime juice. I love lime juice on my tacos. And then another really great sauce that I like is this chipotle garlic salsa. I get this at Trader Joe's and it's super good on tacos. So this is just a really quick and simple dinner. It only takes like a few minutes and mostly need like frozen ingredients. I definitely like having taco nights. They are very reoccurring in my dinners that I make, and there's so many different ways to make them. Hello my loves, and welcome to the 6th dinner of this week. I am apologizing in advance because in my kitchen there is a light that is going out, and I requested maintenance to come yesterday to fix it, and they haven't fixed it yet, so I have a flickering light bulb going on right now. But tonight for dinner, I am going to make a chicken and like veggie stir fry. I actually went to the grocery store and finally got a bunch of really good veggies. And I had a piece of chicken that was frozen in my freezer, so I thawed that overnight. So I would say the trick to making a really good veggie chicken stir fry or whatever meat you want to put in there is just to have a ton of really good veggies, and also to use fresh veggies. I don't recommend making a stir fry with frozen vegetables just because it doesn't really give it that like crisp factor that you're looking for. So you should buy fresh veggies for this. And I bought some broccoli, I got a carrot, I got some white onion, I also got some snap peas, and then bell peppers. I was just gonna use a red and yellow, but then they didn't have any reds separate. Oh my gosh. See, this is insane. Anyways, I was just gonna do red and yellow pepper, but then they didn't have any red peppers on its own, so I ended up just buying this 3-pack. So I don't know if I'll use any orange pepper, but that is all the veggies that I have. And then I also got some sliced water chestnuts. I love having these in a stir fry. I'm pretty much just gonna start with cooking the chicken first. This is the chicken just in a plastic sandwich bag. I'm gonna cut this up and start sauteing that on a pan, and then I'm gonna get all of the veggies ready and prepped. You don't wanna start cooking a stir fry until all of your veggies are like prepped. So I just cut the chicken breast into chunks and I put it in a pan, sauteed it with some oil, and make sure that it's cooked all the way through. Now I'm going to take the chicken off and put it on a plate and let it sit to the side. Here are the veggies, and I put them on 2 separate trays. The reason is because these veggies take longer to cook. So broccoli, peppers, and carrots will be added into the skillet first, and I'm just going to saute them in some oil. And then once these have been cooked for a little bit, I'm going to add in the water chestnuts, the white onion, and the snap peas. Now I'm just going to add in the water chestnuts, the snap peas, and the onion. So once the veggies are pretty much tender crisp, I'm going to add in the chicken, and a spoonful of garlic. So now I'm just gonna add in the sauce. This is a teriyaki marinade sauce made with coconut aminos, and I bought this at Whole Foods, but it's soy-free, gluten-free, vegan, keto, paleo, and so I'm just gonna add this onto the whole dish and let it kind of like absorb into it a little bit. So here is the finished stir fry. Dish myself up. This is what is left in the pan that I can either, eat for tomorrow. Maybe I'm more hungry and I want to dish myself up some more, but this is how much that I made. And then I'm just going to be garnishing it with a little bit of sesame seeds. And I could always add more sauce if I want that, but this is my stir fry tonight, and I love this meal. It definitely takes a little bit longer to make, but it's just so good. There's so many yummy veggies in it, and I think that it's also really good to heat up for the next day. So definitely a good one to make and then have for leftovers. I'm officially filming my last dinner of the week, and I got my light fixed, thank goodness. And tonight I'm going to do spaghetti with meatballs. So I thawed out these meatballs overnight, and you guys know that I just love the Beyond Meat. Like, everything that they make is super good, and I don't really eat red meat, so that's why I like having the plant-based one. These are the Italian style meatballs. There's no soy or gluten in them. And then I just have some tomato basil pasta sauce. I bought this one at Whole Foods as well. And then I have some spaghetti noodles. I think these are brown rice ones. I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember. And then I'm gonna do some zucchini and broccoli. You can never go wrong with some pasta. Your girl loves some pasta, so this is gonna be perfect end to the week dinner to make. So I'm just gonna cut the zucchini into slices. And then I'm just gonna be cutting the tops off the broccoli. The zucchini, and the broccoli. We got the spaghetti with meatballs. I obviously strained the noodles. Then I put the meatballs in, topped it with the tomato basil sauce, and then I also added a little bit of the vegan mozzarella cheese from Trader Joe's and some dried parsley. And then I have my side of veggies. Well, that is what I eat for dinner in a week. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you'd want to see more videos like this, maybe what I eat for lunch in a week. I know this is a little bit different than what I usually film, so love to get your guys' feedback. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.